In this weekend's gospel reading, Jesus speaks through Matthew, and I will read Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. When Jesus says, "Come to me, all you that are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." A great message from Jesus in this weekend's gospel, that's for sure. But how many of us actually believe this? And how many of us have truly experienced this all the time? That the burdens that we carry can be light once we offer them to God. I know that this is what we are asked to believe, and I do believe this, but it has taken me years to understand how this is truth. How Jesus' words are true in that Jesus' burden is light and yoke is easy. I have spent years in the spiritual life struggling a lot, trying to understand God and my relationship with God, trying to manifest God's love more fully in my life, trying to overcome the struggles that have faced me through grace, and offering up the challenges that I experienced to God. All of it has been kind of a whirlwind of stress and struggle, at the same time so beautiful and so infused with grace at every level. I mean, it has been a wonderful path that I've been on so far, and I feel I am almost only just beginning, to be honest. I love this passage because of how hopeful and assuring it is, and because of how true I do believe that it is, that God makes our burdens lighter. I just know that it is not the easiest one to understand and to truly experience. And so I say this because I just want to truly keep conveying the message that all of us can benefit from. And I believe that is one of trust. The importance of trusting in God through it all. If I could leave the world with one message, with one thing, it would just be that. Just trust in God. I know that it almost needs its own instruction manual, how to trust in God. That's a whole nother thing, but it might be different for every person. I believe, though, that the fact that we have the struggles and obstacles and challenges in our lives that we do points to the necessity even to keep trusting in God, and that this is all just a huge general opportunity to show God that we do trust and that we have faith in God's goodness and love for us. I think that's what challenges are all about. I mean, we just must work through them and offer them to God and trust that God is experiencing them through us, with us, and is making our burdens lighter, and over time will give us more understanding about why we experience the struggles that we do, and will give us strength so that we come out better equipped and in general more faithful and stronger in the end because of what we experienced that was hard and difficult. I just want to say that this passage is beautiful, but I hope that no one feels discouraged if you can't exactly get it right, like how it actually works, how we can truly rest in God in the midst of everything going on in life. with, especially now when things are in such turmoil and so much distress is occurring within us and around us. So, yes, it's not easy, but it's important to continue wrestling with this concept of trust and to take the opportunity when challenges come in our lives to offer up that trust that we have for God and to just say, okay, this is happening and God has a plan and God is perfect and so is God's timing. So I'm just going to trust in this. I believe that we all will experience a deeper rest within us as time goes on, and that we will have a certain peace and joy in our lives that will be more sustainable, but we must continue persevering through our challenges. In my own experience, I have found that I have a deeper peace now that I have developed over time than I did when I started out the spiritual journey and going through some of those years of really hard times. And I just sense that I have been able to be more open to God's grace and God's presence within me. And so I believe that if we continue to move along, we will just increase our trust, increase our peace, be more open to God's presence and love and joy within us. And all will be okay. So as Jesus says, Jesus will make our burdens light, and Jesus will help us to find rest within our souls. And I believe it. I believe that it's true. I've experienced a lot of it. It's not easy. We all know that. Let's just keep going throughout our spiritual journey and turn to Christ for help and trust in God for all things and know that we are loved and that God will accomplish all in God's perfect timing. May you experience God's love, joy, and peace, especially today and always. God bless.